Okay, so hi there, welcome back to Girl of UAE's podcast. And this is our episode 4. So today we're going to be talking about microaggressions that women face, whether it's on a daily basis or whether it's in the educational system, etc. So if you don't already know, I'm Anya and
I'm Sarah.
So what is a microaggression? So a microaggression basically is indirect or subtle or even unintentional discrimination that a group in society may face. So today we're going to be specifically talking about what women face in terms of various aspects. So the first thing we're going to be discussing is, would you like to introduce it?
Yeah, the first microaggression that we are going to introduce is how we address the issue of a bra strap being shown for a girl. I think this is something that we face sometimes even multiple times in a day. Obviously, it depends on what you're wearing, but I am honestly tired of hearing this.
Yeah, so the microaggression basically is like, oh my god, your bra strap is showing. Like, yeah, I'm a teenage girl. Like, oh my god, I wear a bra. Oh my god, like what's the big deal? Like, okay, great, you can see my bra strap, but
Right.
Guys wear pants that sag so low, like you can see their underwear.
Exactly, you can see the band of the underwear. So, isn't that disgusting?
So, that's so ironic. But anyway, oh my, okay. I mean, yeah, as you should, like. Exactly. Got it. So.
And I remember when I just started wearing a bra, me and my cousin were around the same age. This would happen, right? Like our parents would tell us, "Oh, we can see your bra strap," which is disgusting, by the way. But we found it normal. And then in public, if one of our bra strap was showing, then we would tell the other, "Sunday is longer than Monday." Don't ask me where it came from. I have no idea. But it was like this. I have no idea. But it was like this secret phrase just to let you know that your bra strap is showing. Which is sad that we had to go to that measure.
That's so weird, bro. Like, it is. I mean, it's just a piece of fabric that's like giving you support. Like, okay, men will be mad, or not all men, like specific people that, not even men, like in general, a lot of people get mad if you can see your bra strap, or if you're not wearing a bra and you can see the nipple.
Then what's acceptable at this point?
Like, make up your mind. Like, if a guy doesn't have to wear a bra when like you can see their nipples and whatever through their shirt, then why does a girl have to? And even if a girl like really chooses to wear one, okay, like fine, that's fine. I mean, that's the whole purpose of it. Yeah. But why are you pointing it out?
Exactly. Like, and so the bra is basically there for back support. It's not to please your eyes or anything. Shouldn't be a big deal.
I mean, I don't know. Like, how are you gonna get so mad over a strap?
Exactly.
Like, why?
And those off-shoulder tops? I love wearing off-shoulder tops. Yeah. But my mom has this policy that if you are wearing an off-shoulder top, you cannot wear a bra strap. That you cannot like show your bra strap. It's unacceptable. Like show your shoulders. Yeah, you can show like almost half your. You can show skin till here, but you cannot show your bra strap. And she's those plastic bra straps, you can change your cotton strap for it. Yeah, those are actually so annoying. The sweat collects under them. I hate wearing those. What's the point? And you can totally see that too.
I mean, that's also true, yeah. Exactly. But anyways, like getting back to that like actual thing, like I think even I've had like personal experiences where one like guy who came up to me and told me, "I'm telling you for your safety that your bra strap is showing." Like,
safety.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
How dare he was? Wow. And how old is this guy?
I think this was like 2 years ago. I don't really know.
2 years ago, so you were also super
like 14 young. Maybe, I guess. 14.
Wow. It's not even his place.
I mean, I think it's just important to educate people on the fact that there are just certain things you don't point out, Yeah. And I feel like it's like if guys' underwear was showing like the Calvin Klein like the straps like that goes on, like it's just considered cool. Like no one really cares when a girl is like wearing a bra and like certain like people with the traditional mindset go like, oh my god, your bra strap is showing. Like, how is it any different than when it's a guy? You know, like it's just kind of weird because it's a piece of clothing. Like
and
if you can see,
yeah. And it's not just the strap. Like sometimes through the t-shirt you can see the outline of the bra, and that just irks a lot of people. God, and you have to wear that extra layer of the petticoat. Yuck.
Really?
Really?
That's
Yeah.
just too much. Okay. No, like,
I'm made to do it sometimes.
Look at the weather. Like, look at the weather
exactly.
right now. We're in summer.
You can't.
Everybody's wearing whatever the hell they want. Like, you're a girl, you're hot, just wear what you want. Like, no one cares. Just wear it. And if someone says something to you, you text me, and I'll address it because no one should be pointing that out in the first place. Exactly. It's very unnecessary. And even if you tell them, oh, your bra strap is showing, now what do you expect them to do? Like, it's gonna show at some point. It depends on what you're wearing, and it's not really that big of a deal. Like, if you can see the fabric of what I'm wearing right now, how is it any different if it's a bra strap? You know?
Yeah.
So I think it's important to let people know that this is not something to point out, and unless the person wants you to like point it out, like wants you to tell them, oh, if it's showing or not, so that they can fix it, then that's a different thing. It just depends on your mindset, and it depends on the situation as well.
And it also depends on your relation to the person. Yeah, you can't just be you mentioned, the guy sounded like someone you barely knew, right?
Yeah, it's I don't know, it depends, but I don't really think that it's something that should be made out to be such a huge deal, because it's not really that big of a deal.
Not at all.
And anyways, there are like other microaggressions that women face, obviously. One of them is, oh, she's acting crazy, she must be on her period.
Oh my god, this one.
That makes me laugh. Like, how are you gonna be mad? If somebody's saying something valid, like, okay, if I say something valid in an argument, okay, and if somebody says something dumb, like, oh my god, you're on your period, like, you're losing the argument.
Right, exactly. You don't have a response to what I said. Just say it. And like, if they really judged based on our, our mood and all, I don't know about you, but I feel like you cannot. That's not the only time that you feel agitated. I think it's the whole.
No, I think it's more.
It's the week before and the week after.
Yeah, like you feel emotional. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
But being emotional and it's like over exaggerated. Like if somebody is saying something to you, like if it's a girl obviously, and she's saying, or anyone who gets their period is telling you that they're upset with you, or they're actually trying to have a conversation with you and communicate with you, and your response to that is, oh, she's on her period, oh, she's crazy. I think that is a you issue, that's a you issue. That's not
it validates their whole experience and their whole, cause the reason they brought the concern up.
Exactly. It speaks more of your character than theirs, because if you're just going to assume that, if you're not even going to hear them out, and first of all, even if someone is saying something completely illogical, I don't think that you can make the connection, not you, but like someone can make the connection that, oh, it's because she's on her period and she's hormonal, and bro, like, you can say valid things even when you're on your period. Exactly. You don't just become
and even if
crazy
psycho. Like even if she was on her period and she brought up this specific argument, being on your period is not a reason to lie. It's just maybe a reason to be a little more loud about whatever you're thinking. So she still very much believes in that point.
Yeah. You don't become like something else. Like
exactly.
It's not like it's a drug that's just changed your mind, changed the way you think.
I'm drunk now.
Like, it's a biological thing. Like, you can't change that. And even if you're not on your period and you say something that actually makes sense, and the person isn't willing to hear you out, they'll say something like, "Oh, you're on your period," but why? Why does that even happen in the first place? And that speaks volumes of the misogyny that people may have in their heads, where they're not even willing to be open to listening to a woman when she says something that may be emotional or touchy or sensitive, or if she's just talking about her feelings. I don't think invalidating them by saying something like that is a good response in any certain situation. Like even if she's on her period, you hear them out, and even if what the person is saying is completely illogical, doesn't make sense, then that's the person's character.
It's not dependent on that.
Exactly. So that's that.
And you'll find that, and this whole argument that women are more emotional and all, especially when you're on your period. I don't know. You've seen a lot of men getting crazy over seemingly like tiny things. I mean, have you seen a guy say watching, not just, but most guys watching cricket or football, please?
Oh my god! I don't understand how a guy can call a
hormonal to
crazy. Oh, when they like play their games, okay, and then they get really aggressive. Nobody's calling you emotional then.
Exactly, and then for the whole day, the mood is just like bad. Are you sure I'm the emotional one?
Exactly. Like, okay, you do you. You play your games. You throw your controller, break them, do whatever you want.
Yeah, but at least admit it.
I'm not gonna go around and say, oh my god, he's so crazy. Like, he's so overly emotional. It's just a game. Like, no. And it's
just admit it. It doesn't hurt. And I know, like, when I play, it does get to you like that. There's nothing wrong in it, but you can't just make it a woman thing.
Yeah, it's not like, seriously, I think men should like hear more women out sometimes instead of saying, no, you're on your period thing. Like, it's getting old. You don't want to listen to her. It's fine. She'll talk to someone else that has more mental capacity to listen to what she's saying. It's fine. Like, if you're a guy that's trying to get with a girl and you tell her that, oh my god, you're just acting like this because you're on your period, you're out.
Yeah.
You're out. You're
Blacklisted.
And one more thing is the whole act like a lady, sit like a lady. Nah. Tell me why guys sit on public transport with their legs completely spread out and
right? Just hogging all the space. Exactly.
I know. Like, can you sit like a man and close your legs?
I know, how entitled do you have to be?
Like, stop. And then like
whenever I sit down, even right now, okay, I have to take one leg up. I just have to, okay? Yeah. I'm just built. It's like reflex to me, okay? And I don't really wear skirts that often, but regardless, it has to be pointed out, why are you sitting like this? Like, I have an uncle who gets so irked by that. Why are you sitting like this? Ladkiyan aise nahi baithe.
Yeah, I know. That's just, I don't know. Like, I feel like people are just, they don't realize that certain things or certain forms of sentences or phrases actually have misogyny behind them, because you're never gonna tell a guy, sit like a guy, sit like a man, act like a man is a whole other thing.
Yeah, but in terms that's of a different topic for a different podcast.
Yeah, that's also not justified. But talking about women right now, talking about what women face, microaggressions, sit like a lady is very like dehumanizing in certain ways and forms, because you're just sitting, you're just minding your business, and then somebody's telling you. I don't think girls should be growing up hearing that phrase. Exactly. Like, why are you sexualizing the way a girl is sitting? Like, if you're thinking what you're thinking to even voice out the fact that you want to tell them to sit properly, then it's a you problem. It's a you issue.
Exactly.
You need to fix that. Like, it just depends. Like, sitting ladylike, if you're wearing a skirt, if you're wearing a dress, okay, like, you know how you have to sit, you know, whatever, you have to be mindful about that, that's fine. But when it's like, I sometimes people just take it to another level, like, you're just wearing a dress and it's fine, like, nothing is out, like, you're just sitting comfortably, it's fine. And somebody would say, sit like a lady.
Exactly, yeah. And I another thing is not just like your leg placement. Whenever I sit with my hands up, I don't know why I don't do that. That's not what girls do. I am ready to fight.
Oh my god, one more thing. You know, it's not ladylike to swear or you curse so much.
Guys don't like girls who swear.
Oh my god, yeah! Guys don't like girls that swear so much. Excuse me? When did we just wake up one day thinking,
I've
oh
heard
my
you
God,
playing Call of Duty. Stop talking.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. First of all, why do people say like to women, guys don't like this, or guys won't like it?
Yeah,
if you
did
do
I
this,
ask?
guys won't like it. First of all,
I
my
don't want.
existence is
Yeah,
for me.
exactly.
It's for me. Everything I do is not for a guy. Anything I do that you think is for a guy, then just reevaluate yourself, bro, because that phrase is so annoying. Because everything a girl does is not catered for male attention. What she wears, what she does, her actions, everything is not catered to male.
Yeah,
male.
that's what's needed. We need to get that. Like once that is clear for everyone, a lot of the problems will just subside.
Yeah, and I think like when you say sentences like that, like, oh, guys won't like if you swear too much, guys won't like this, or it's not ladylike. What is ladylike? Like, what is it?
Yeah, if I as a lady am doing it, that makes it ladylike.
Yeah, so what is this whole obsession with getting women to act a certain way? Like, what does it speak of society?
It seems like it.
It's just, sorry?
It's controlling women.
Exactly. Like, the way you sit is being controlled, things you wear, your behavior. Like, can we live? Can we breathe? Can we breathe, please? Like, it's just a bit much. It's getting excessive, and I feel like guys don't face as much constriction as we do. And I know a lot of people are gonna get offended by this, but it like logically think about it. Like, take a step back. Nobody's telling you to sit like a man, right? And these are just various aspects. These are just small instances of microaggressions. There are definitely much larger ones, and they don't go as consciously noticed.
And I think whatever, you will have people listening to this and saying, oh, men also face microaggressions.
Guys, they obviously, we all know that they may face like certain like microaggressions, but it's very, very prevalent to see a girl face a microaggression like more consistently compared to a man. Like, it doesn't invalidate anything that a man faces, but I'm just trying to say that women do face it on almost a daily basis because we are
definitely a daily
still
basis.
seen as a minority. So that's that. And then one more thing is the whole aspect in the education system as well. Like, you will hear female teachers saying, I need 2 strong boys that can carry these books for me. Like, I didn't know I had the strength of I don't know, like
I'm in a girls' school, right? It's not a girls' school, but I have just girls in my class. So the teacher would be like, oh, I need the men sitting outside. I need help from them to help me carry these tables to the other class. Okay, and this was like recently, so all the girls in my class, we all got a little bit like, oh, excuse me, what do you mean? We'll help you. And it was so funny because we felt so good that day. It feels good when you break these stereotypes.
Yeah, I agree. And I once had this biology teacher, like, she asked for 2 guys to carry books up to her office. And I was like, why do you need 2 guys? And she's like, once you get older, you understand that guys are more biologically suited to this. Like, she said it in a nice way, but in my head, I'm thinking,
I've seen scrawny guys. I've seen guys with muscles. Same with girls. You can't really. It's
okay, let's not go there. Like, okay, your strength is not defined by your gender. Like, that's just to pick up books.
Anyone can pick up books, right?
Like, what?
He could have dodged all that conflict.
So I went to Europe. Okay, so I went to Europe and we had these really heavy suitcases. Like, one was like probably like 20 kgs, and I was like carrying it up staircases. Nice. I have a line on my arm, bro. You see that? Exactly. Yeah. So next time the teacher has something to say, oh, I need a boy to do this, I need a boy to do that, I'll do it. I can do it. I'm just as capable. It's that simple. Even in the workplace, or no, even in politics, like, I've seen the saying, I saw this video on TikTok a while back where somebody said, a literal woman said, women should not be in position in leadership positions because they're so emotional. And then somebody said, so where have all the wars come from, men or women?
Exactly.
And that really stuck with me.
For such a long time, we've had purely male leaders. So at this point, it makes sense to give the other side a chance as well.
Yeah, and it's more over the fact that I don't know why women are seen as so emotional. I mean, I get that there are biological factors that people may associate with women just being seen as emotional, but it's over exaggerated.
And there's nothing wrong with being emotional. In fact, I feel like if someone is seen as extra emotional, that means they would probably be more mindful about the citizens' needs, which automatically would make them a better leader.
But in the workforce environment, like, I think what they mean specifically is that women will not be as capable to do something that.
Yeah, like, I'm doing my work and then I just burst into tears. I can't control it.
I mean, at the end of the day, we're all human. We all have emotions. We're all stressed, and it's not okay to just like expect women to be this whole other thing. But we are just as intelligent as you. We both have brains, boys and girls. We're both fine. Just because the male species does not get their period doesn't mean that they're any less capable of being emotional.
In fact, here's the secret. I feel like because they don't get periods, all their emotions are pent up inside them.
Exactly. Like, I don't know, bro. That's so annoying. Yeah. Do you have any other like examples of? I have one example of microaggression. Is you notice like a lot of times people comment on a girl's weight, like more specifically the elder traditional aunties that are all like, yeah, which translates to she's become fat. Yeah, so I mean, I'm sure like someone may tell guys something relates to their body image, but like as a girl, my personal experience, it's so weird. Like people tell you, like I had one instance where a girl told me that I was eating too much when I'm known for eating like less than I should, you know. And I was like, this is so ironic because I don't know like why everybody feels so compelled to say something sometimes, especially when it comes to weight. And I've noticed a lot of criticism on women, on women's bodies per se, like from men, like, oh my god, she's so flat. Okay, so where are your boobs then? Where is your
yes. that actually, yes.
How are you going to be flat?
I'm sure he has a good personality, Anya. Anyway, so right after 10th grade, after my boards, I had this party at school. It was called the after boards party surprise. And for that, everyone was like, oh, dressing up, picking out their dresses, and it was like a big deal. My mom was like, oh, you should definitely get your hands waxed. I said, why? I'm fine, right? I went, okay, I look fine, okay. And then she was like, no, you have to get your hands waxed, okay. And I was like, strictly no, okay. And then later, like, the next day, my dad comes up to me and he's like, your hands are so hairy, you should wax. That hurt because he's my father, and I thought, no, he wouldn't do this. Yeah. It was so disappointing.
I want to know why your mom didn't tell him to wax his arms.
Right? He has like 3 times what I have. How dare he? Oh, and so, she forced me to get my hands waxed later on. I was crying through it. It was not fun. But anyways, I'm back at full growth now, guys.
No, but there's so much fixation on women and their body hair, like.
Yeah, like if it grows, there's a reason for it, right?
Yeah, and considering like arm hair or whatever, there's no hygienic, like, it's not
there's no, if you talk about like other places like maybe pits, I see why there is a reason to get rid of the hair there.
But like
arms, legs are fine.
Arms and legs, like I've never ever seen someone tell a guy they should shave their arms or wax their arms or whatever.
And then legs, like upper lip hair. Like, you heard that you can't grow a mustache, but I can.
Man. That's just, I don't know why, like, everybody wants women to look a specific and certain way. Like,
exactly.
Why?
At that point, who do you even have in your head? There's no woman that naturally exists in this.
What is the
in your
ideal
head.
woman? Like, okay, we can like collectively like, or the male population can collectively decide that, oh, this woman right here, she's the perfect woman, and then another male will be like, yeah, but her body type is this, her face is this, her hair is this, her. There'll never be.
There's no
perfect
general
woman.
consensus on it.
Yeah,
It
like
just be you, yeah.
in terms of the male gaze, like even now, there's so much like constriction on a girl's behavior, the way she acts, whatever. Yeah, to cater to that male gaze and to cater to that internal misogyny and all of that. But at the end of the day, even if you listen to all of that, you will still never be enough. Like that's why
Exactly, yeah.
you should just be who you are, do what you're doing. Don't listen to all this nonsense. If you want to have body hair on your arms, fine, it's your choice. All right, as long as you're not being unhygienic, it's cool. That's it.
If someone has a problem with that, they're probably not worth it.
Yeah, exactly. And if I see a guy tell a girl, oh, she's on her period, so she's crazy, I'm not better pray. You better pray.
Then whip out your biceps.
Oh yeah, my biceps, yeah. But, so yeah, that's about like the most reoccurring microaggressions I feel like there are. And obviously there are a lot more in-depth ones, and a lot more, I'm sure there are more like examples of microaggressions that women face, and some are probably more important than the ones that we've talked about. They're more hurtful or they're more crucial. But in this episode, we just aim to raise awareness on things that you might think are okay to say to women, but they're not, and these are the reasons why. And if you have said any of the above without realizing how harmful it is, then I think now is the time that you evaluate yourself, evaluate why you would even say this, and understand that, okay, yeah, people can make mistakes, it's fine, but it's really important to change the way you think if that's how you think. And yeah, do you have any closing remarks?
I think you summed it up perfectly.
Okay, so that's great. So you could always follow our socials, our Instagram, and of course stay in touch with our podcast. We'll be talking about more topics, and you can suggest any on our Instagram. So thanks for listening, and if you have any stories with your own microaggressions that you relate to with our podcast, that's great. We love. I mean, it's not great that you're facing microaggressions. Don't get me wrong. But this is a safe space and a safe platform to discuss all of these. And we hope you took away something from this. And yeah, that's it. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.